October 26th will of course be a great fight at the super lightweight division, as Jack Catterall will look to extend his win streak by taking on the former world champion Regis Prograis. Now of course, this is a very interesting fight as Jack Catterall is coming off of the win against Josh Taylor, and he's taking on another former world champion in Regis Prograis. Now of course, there's a lot of questions to be asked, as Prograis is no longer that young. He is 35. No young lion here anymore. But of course, he does still have a great record. His record is 29-2 with 24 wins by way of knockout, ranked number 8 on BoxRec. Of course, the only people above Regis are Hitchens. Like, it makes sense. Jose Ramirez, the former Unified World Title world champion. Subriel Matias, Liam Paro, Andy Hiroka, which is weird. Matter of fact, where's Jose Valenzuela is 19? Bruh. What? He just won the title. What? But the top two people is, of course, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, which is one of the people he lost to. His last fight, he lost unanimous decision to Devin Haney. Yeah, Prograis did not win a damn round. But before that, his last loss was against the former undisputed champ, but at the time only had one belt, where they unified, where he lost majority decision this time around. But besides that, he was the former, I do believe, WBA world champion. And then he later fought back to a world championship opportunity against Jose Zepeda, where he stopped him in the 11th round. Now, of course, he then won a split decision against Danielito Zorrilla, who I've seen better fights, is all I'm going to say. It's a weird fight. You couldn't not watch it, but it was so weird, because both of them had power and both of them respected each other a little too much. Interesting fight, not really worth checking out again. But anyways, Jack Catterall is 29-1, 13 wins by way of knockout. And of course, one of his losses came by Josh Taylor. That's right, both of them have lost to the same guy. Now, of course, many people believe Catterall won this fight as he dropped Josh Taylor, and a bunch of points were deducted, and it was just a huge mess. But besides that, Jack Catterall has also beaten people like O'Hara Davis, 18-1, who he himself had lost one time to Josh Taylor. But besides that, he has beaten quite a bit of more people like Darag Foley and Jorge Linares. Another very weird fight. Catterall, I guess, was winning the fight, but Linares looked good in that fight for some reason. And then he avenged his loss against Josh Taylor. But Josh Taylor, of course, has lost one of his fights. That was to Teofimo Lopez, so he was no longer champion. But anyways, he did avenge his loss. And now he is facing Regis Prograis. Now, of course, people like to say that Prograis is going to get outboxed in this fight, and it makes sense. He is getting older, and his footwork was never really the best. He wasn't Prograis-chenko, but his footwork has gotten a lot worse. But besides that, people are going to say Jack Catterall will stop Regis Prograis, which makes no sense. Jack Catterall has a 44% knockout ratio. This dude ain't stopping no one. The last time he got a knockout was back in 2019. Yeah, this man has, I guess you could say he could stop him. You could also say he knocks him out of the ring. That's also a possibility. Not a big possibility, but still a possibility. But besides that, I like to favor Prograis in this fight. Not too much. I still believe Catterall will win a decision. But Catterall, he gasses out. He gassed out against Taylor. He also gassed out against Linares, where the other people started laying hands on him because he was slowing down a lot. Now, of course, he did get his second win by hitting Josh Taylor with a very big shot. And essentially, that was what won him the fight. But Prograis has more power than Taylor. He has slightly better body work, and he is slightly more accustomed to fighting other southpaws than Taylor. Of course, by the way, they're both southpaws, so whatever. But of course, Catterall will be the better guy because he's fought a southpaw in his last fight. But I do believe Prograis can slow down Catterall to the body. And of course, Catterall will naturally slow down. And I think he wins quite a bit more rounds than he usually will. I do believe it's going to be a close fight. Can Catterall stop him? I mean, I guess he can. If he hits him with a super strong shot on his chin, that could be a thing. I mean, also to the body. You never know. People don't invest a lot to the body, or at least Catterall doesn't to the most part. But screw it. No, we're going Catterall 7-5 decision win against Regis Prograis. Prograis has more experience, better opponents. It's just he's 35. And he, like someone says, he walks like he has cinder blocks on his feet. That's hilarious, but that's sad as well. Because his footwork is not going to help him against this guy who's a mover, right? He moves on his back foot and he likes to pick and poke and get out the way, right? But unless Catterall lands something significant in the early rounds, hurting Prograis, Prograis is going to come on strong in the second half of the fight. He has a lot more power. He has fought better opponents, although older. His experience, I think, might be enough to keep him in the fight, not to win it, but it will be an interesting one. Unfortunately for this fight, it is fighting in the UK, right? You think, oh, they don't have to compete against the UFC because it's the morning, right? Oh, no, the UFC is in Abu Dhabi this time, so yeah, they're going to be competing with the UFC, which is a little bit sad because most people will not watch this fight. But hey, it's still going to be a good fight for the most part. But no, Catterall's not stopping him. I don't know who the hell's saying he's going to stop him. He has a 44% knockout ratio. I don't know where the hell they got that. See, unlike Bakram, he stopped Timzu in three rounds. First of all, it surprised everyone, including myself. But he had power, so that explained that. But Catterall has no power. He has 44% knockout ratio. So yeah, he's not stopping him. I don't know why people believe. I mean, unless Prograis' chin disintegrates within like a couple months, that could be a thing. But besides that, enough dilly-dally. Catterall will most likely outbox Prograis for the first half. Slow down, still win some rounds, but Prograis will win quite a bit of rounds in the second half. But besides that, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.